Hi, if we haven't met, my name is Shanna. Thank you for being here. This is a Vinyasa Power Flow class I teach every Thursday night at 8. Tonight's class is a progressive class. What does that mean? So the first time we move through our sequence, it will probably feel familiar. Nothing super fancy. Crescent, warrior two, reverse warrior. We'll go through all of this. But I have little things to add along the way, at every stop along the way. So by the time we move through it, our second and probably third time, it'll be a very different experience, but it'll be great. So let's go ahead and start in child's pose. So come to child's pose, knees together, toes together, knees wide, chest settling down, sinking. And start with this being a real gentle child's pose. Really let your body melt into the earth. Let your breath sink a little deeper each time you exhale. Make your inhales big enough that maybe you can even feel your rib cage opening up against the inside of your legs. Another big breath in and a big breath out. Our thought for class today is by Socrates. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So keep that in mind tonight as we move through some old postures instead of fighting those postures because they're old and boring. They're not boring, you know what I mean. We're going to build instead and make them a little new, make them a little bit different. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Now we're going to make our child's pose more active. Tense your fingertips on your mat and lift your elbows up off the mat. Your forehead can still stay down and your chest can still melt, but now we're opening up across the collarbones as our elbows are lifted up and arms are activated. Maybe even start to imagine rolling your elbow pits up towards the ceiling, which isn't totally possible, but it does bring an opening to the shoulder joints. One more breath in here, and one more breath out. Plant your left hand on the mat underneath your face. Take your right arm, thread it underneath your left armpit. Set your right ear down on the mat and find a twist. Your left arm can extend out in front of you onto your fingertips, or it can reach up and overhead, or even drape over your back. And with each breath here, let your hips feel a little heavier. Take a breath in and a breath out. Plant your left hand back right in front of your face. Unwind, untwist, set your right hand down, other way, your left arm threads underneath. Set your left ear on the mat. Right arm can reach ahead of you or up and over or drape over your back. One more breath in. And bring your right hand right in front of your face. Press up. Bring yourself all the way up to a tabletop position. And we'll start with cow. So drop your belly. Lift your tailbone up to the sky, the crown of your head up to the sky, while your shoulder blades come together and down your back. Breath in. And breath out. Round your spine. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone into cat. Really feel that stretch along the whole U shape your back is making. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again, breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat.
Now continue moving through these on your own breath, giving yourself whatever motion that you need. So you add in a side-to-side motion, a twisting motion. You hold it out in one spot that feels sticky. This is your opportunity to feel out how your body's feeling, how things are doing today, how your muscles feel.
Come back to your tabletop position. Pause there. Set yourself up in a nice strong tabletop. Your shoulders are right over your wrists. Your hips are right over your knees. Your lower belly is braced and engaged. Your floating ribs are tucked in. The crown of your head is reaching towards the front of the room. Reach your right foot back. Step and land your right foot on the ball of your foot. We're just going to hang out here for just a couple breaths. Really press through the ball of your foot so that your back heel is lifting up and over the ball of your foot. You're lifting your right kneecap. It doesn't look like much, but if you add in that muscle engagement, activating your quad, you'll start to feel that. One more breath in and breath out. Right knee comes down. Other side, left foot. Step your foot back, land on the ball of your foot, press your heel forward, heel is all the way over the ball of your foot. Activate your knee, activate your quad. One more breath in. And set your left knee down. Okay, progressing. Here we go. This is a little taste. Step your right foot back, land on the ball of your foot. This time, lift your right leg up, parallel to the earth. Your right foot's flexed. Your heel is pressing back. Just adding a little tiny change. Breath in and set your right knee back down. Other side, left foot steps back, land on the ball of your foot and lift it up. Parallel toward or parallel with the earth, pressing through your left heel. One more breath in and your right knee comes down. Okay, one more time. Your right foot goes back, step back, land on the ball of your foot. Lift your right foot, pressing towards the back of the room. Now maybe you bend your right foot. So now your foot is stamping up towards the ceiling. Don't let your lower belly fall out. Engage your floating ribs. Press your heel towards the ceiling using your right glute. One more breath in and breath out. Right knee back down. Left side, step back. Lift it up. Press towards the ceiling. As is true of our entire class tonight, if at any point you don't like the little addition that we're making, that's fine. You can skip it. Breath in and breath out. Your left knee comes back down. Sit back on your heels. Maybe roll your wrists out after being on your wrists for a couple of minutes there. That started to fire up a little bit for me. Come back down to your tabletop position. Step both feet back. Find yourself in high plank. Breath in and breath out. Squeeze your elbows alongside your body. Lower your chest all the way down to the earth. Fingertips come up to the top corner of your mat. Untuck your toes. Point your elbows all the way up at the ceiling. Inhale, lift your chest up. Pause here for an exhale. Inhale again. Now exhale, lower down. Keep your fingertips and elbows up. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift up. Pause for an exhale. Inhale. And exhale, forehead goes back down. Tuck your hands underneath your shoulders. Press back to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. First downward dog of the night. Again, take this opportunity to wiggle. Check in with all these little bits and pieces of your body, all the little muscles, all the little spots that only you are familiar with. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, walk your hands to the back of your mat, all the way to your feet. Find a deep forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows. Sway back and forth a little bit from side to side.
Release your hands all the way down to a forward fold. And inhale as you roll up to standing, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Come all the way up at the very top, let your arms reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, everything reaches up, gaze up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Engage your core, crown of head reaches forward. Back is flat, shoulders together and down your back. And exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, walk forward to your high plank. Take a breath in and a breath out, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale to a cobra, untuck your toes, press through your hands, elbows point back. Exhale, forward down, forehead down. Tuck your toes in one solid piece, press up to a high plank, and exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Take an inhale, look at your hands. Take an exhale, bend your knees and walk forward, step forward, hop forward all the way up to meet your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Let your arms float up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bow or swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back, lower down. Maybe this time you stop halfway in chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, your hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the top of your mat. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step or float to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up, float up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back. If you're ready to jump back, land halfway down in chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or float to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll everything up. And exhale, hands to heart. Just one sun salutation B tonight. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back, lower down, all in one exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, press your shoulders forward over your wrists. Draw your knee to your nose. Contract and press the earth away as you step your right foot through your hands. Dial your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Peel your chest up, warrior one. I don't have any other warrior ones built into the class today. So if this is your favorite, take a minute to enjoy it now. Take a look at your hips. Make sure your right hip is drawing back. Maybe you need to heel toe your front foot out a little bit to make space for your hips. Breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. Last breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, come up high on the ball of your back foot. Step back, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your left leg goes up. Exhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists, knee to nose, contract, 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 press, and then step or help your left foot through. Dial your back heel down, inhale up, warrior one. Breath in and breath out. Plant your hands, come up high on the ball of your back foot, step back. Move through your vinyasa all the way to downward facing dog. Stay here for just a few breaths. Inhale to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and travel up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes down. Take a few breaths here. As we get moving through our sequence, this first part will probably feel familiar, even if you've only practiced yoga a little bit. These are really traditional poses. So toes together, heels apart. We're going to move into chair right off the bat. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, sweep your fingertips on the floor, bend your knees, coming into chair. Weight is back towards the back of your foot, so much so that you can lift your toes up off the ground and you can see your toes sticking out in front of your knees. Breathe here. We're going to stay for a good 5 breaths or so. One more breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, step back, jump back, or just push back to downward facing dog. However you get there, we'll meet there together. Inhale your right leg up high. Send your right heel to your bum, opening up your hips. Maybe you do some ankle circles, maybe some knee circles. Breath in. Breath out. Draw your right knee to tap the back of your right tricep. And inhale, send your right leg right back up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. And step your right foot through your hands. Keep your back heel lifted into this low lunge. Settle into this low lunge. Press through the ball of your back foot, drawing back on your right hip crease already. Your right knee stacked over your right ankle. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lift your chest up, high crescent. Two more breaths here. One breath in, and exhale, open up, warrior two. Check in here. Check in with all your little checkpoints, your right heel stacked under your knee. The back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. Shoulders are square over, right, stacked right over your hips, not lean forward. I see this a lot, so draw back. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand goes down, right hand goes up. Try not to lose any bend in that front knee. Hang on to it. We'll get a break on that front leg in just a second. Breathe in, breathe out. Last breath in and exhale. Straighten your front leg. Bring your arms out to a T. Reach your right arm forward. We're moving into triangle. When you can't reach your right arm forward any further, drop your right hand to the back of your ankle. Left arm reaches up. Keeping your chest open.
towards the side of the room. Ideally, your wrist is stacked over your shoulder, which is stacked over your other shoulder, stacked over your other wrist. One more breath in. One more breath out. Pick up your body in one big T. Rotate your back foot out and squat your legs down so you're in a goddess squat. Knees tracking right over the toes. So adjust your toes so that you're comfortable. You don't have to be turned way, way, way out. Arms can be here. Or if you're more comfortable, having them on your knees. Maybe sway back and forth a little bit. Getting into those hips. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, keep your right knee bent. Simply come up onto the ball of your back foot. Plant your right hands around that right front foot. So we're back in low lunge where we started. Take a breath in. Plant your left hand on the mat. Dial your back heel down and stack your right foot on top of your left. Side plank. Keep those hips lifting. Don't let them sag down. Take a breath in here. Breath out. Right hand plants. Come up onto your toes. High plank. Holding here for high plank. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. Halfway, all the way you choose. Inhale, up dog cobra. Again, you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. So that might have felt familiar. Those are probably poses that you're familiar with, even if you haven't done a ton of yoga. Inhale your left leg up, three-legged dog. Open your hips up, stack your left hip on top of your right. Let that foot drop towards your bum, maybe some ankle circles, maybe some knee circles. Take a breath in, breath out. Left knee taps the back of your left tricep. And inhale, send it right back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your left foot through. And we'll stay here in this low lunge for a minute. I like to wiggle my foot back a little, lengthen my stance. Open up your chest, open across your collarbones so you're not hunched over. If you need hands on blocks, or I like to tent my fingertips to find a little more space to open across your collarbones, do that. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift up, high crescent. Pull back on your left hip crease. Even out the weight between your front and your back foot so it's not all dumping into that front knee. Breath in, breath out, open up warrior two. Again, this first time through as we move through these, check in with your body, with your posture, how you're feeling through each of these more familiar poses. Breath in and out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand back, left arm up. Breath in, breath out, arms to a T, straighten your front leg. Reach your left fingertips forward, come down into triangle. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, bring your arms straight up to a T, turn out both toes, come down into a goddess squat. This time, just to change things up a little, place both hands on your knees, turn your right fingertips in and sink your right shoulder down. Just take a minute to pause here in a twist. Inhale, come back up to center. Turn your left fingertips in, press against your knee and send your left shoulder down to the center. You can gaze up over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Bring your chest all the way up. Arms get back to goddess arms. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Straighten out that back leg. Rotate over your front leg back into that low lunge. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right hand plants. Right foot steps, rolls back. Left foot stacks on top of right side plank. Breath in and out. Another one in and out. Last inhale. Exhale, left hand plants, high plank. We're going to hold it here for a few breaths. Breath in and out, lower down. Move through your vinyasa. Come all the way to downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, tiptoe, hop, step, float all the way up to meet your hands. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll all the way up. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands come to heart for just a minute. Take a couple breaths here before we move on and add some fun stuff in. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, sweep your fingertips, sink your hips, come into chair. Take a breath in and out. We will move through these second and third series more quickly. We won't speed through them. One more breath in and exhale, come up onto your tippy toes, hands squeeze behind you like you're holding a newspaper. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, move through your vinyasa, or just step back to downward facing dog and we'll meet there. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, open up your hips. Keep that heel towards your bum. Inhale, your right leg comes up. Exhale, tap your right knee, back of right tricep. Pause here, breath in, breath out. Inhale, right leg goes back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step through. Plant your hands into this low lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale your chest all the way up to high crescent. And then right away as you exhale, come down to a 45 into this crescent airplane. Breath in and breath out. Breath in. As you exhale, open up to warrior two. And this time, a little added fun, come up onto the toe of your front foot. Even if that heel just comes up the floor the tiniest bit. Breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. Drop your heel, inhale, reverse your warrior. This time maybe your left arm wraps around your back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath in, breath out. Arms come up to a T, straighten your front leg. Reach forward into triangle. Drop your right hand down, lift your left arm up. Now lift your right arm like you're holding a tray out in front of you. Breath in and breath out. Inhale all the way up to this star pose. Point your toes out, come down into your goddess form. This time bring your arms all the way down alongside your body. Elbows squeezing in towards your rib cage, opening up across the collarbones. And just pick up again that right heel. Breath in and breath out. Drop the heel, open up those arms, straighten the back leg, rotate over into your high lunge or low lunge. Breath in and breath out. Left hand stays planted, right foot reaches back, side plank. And if you want a little more, you lift that right leg up. Breath in and out. Breath in and exhale, right hand plants, high plank, hold it for one breath in. And exhale, lower down, move through your vinyasa,
or just press back, downward facing dog. So just some little changes there though that really start to amp things up. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring your heel to your bum. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, your left leg goes up. Exhale, knee to the back of the tricep. Hold it here for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Low lunge. Inhale up to high crescent. And exhale, 45. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Pick up the heel of your front foot. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Drop the heel. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand can wrap at the small of your back. Breath in. And out. Inhale, come to a T. Straighten that front knee. Reach, reach, reach forward to your triangle. Drop your left hand down. Right arm goes up. And this time, lift your left arm. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. And out. Inhale up to star. Turn your toes out. Come to that goddess squat with your elbows in. Squeezing your scapula together like you're squeezing a pencil. Keeping your floating ribs engaged. Lift up that left heel. Breath in. Breath out. Drop the heel. Reach your arms out. Push on the back of your foot. Come all the way down. Back to this low lunge. Breath in. And breath out. Plant your right hand. Left foot stacks on top of the right side plank. Maybe you lift your left foot. Breath in. And exhale. Left hand plants next to your right. High plank. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale. Back bend. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breath in. And breath out. Another breath in. And out. And last one. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and hop, step, travel, float all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up, gaze goes up. Exhale, hands to heart. One last time through. A bunch more little changes that'll just ramp it up a little bit further. Inhale, sweep your fingertips, come to chair. Stay for an exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, heels come up and squeeze back like you're holding a newspaper. Breath in and breath out. Plant your hands, listen up, opportunity for crow or even just to pretend crow. If you bend your arms, point your elbows to the back of the room, come up high, high, high on your tiptoes and plant your knees way up to your armpits. You can stay here just like this. Keep those toes on the ground for a pretend version. Or maybe you start to pick up those feet one at a time. Coming into crow. Engage your core. Imagine yourself lifting, pressing against the earth. Wherever you're at, you're going to take a breath in and either jump back or step back to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Right heel drops next to your bum. You can stay here or flip your dog into wild thing. Keeping your left leg straight, come to the pinky edge of your left foot. Your right toes touch down to the ground. Press into the ground. Your right arm reaches up and overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand plants. Right leg goes high. Exhale, right knee to the back of your right tricep. Add a little chaturanga push-up. Inhale, right leg goes right back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right foot through into this low lunge. Inhale, come all the way up to high crescent. Lift your front heel. And exhale, come to a 45. Even if that right heel is lifted ever so slightly, breath in. Breath out, warrior two, keep the heel lifted.
Breath in, breath out. Heel stays lifted, reverse your warrior. Maybe that arm comes around your back. Exhale, back to a T, drop your heel, straighten your front leg. This time as you come into triangle, your right arm doesn't ever come down. Both arms are reaching forward like you're holding a beach ball. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, come up to this high star pose. Exhale, come into goddess. Elbows squeezing in, and guess what we're gonna do? Lift both heels. Breath in and out. One more breath in. Can you keep your right heel lifted? So you press into your left foot, rotate all the way down to your low lunge. Now drop your right heel. You can step to side plank, or if you want a little more adventure, take your right hand, peace sign fingers, your right big toe. Your left heel drops behind you. Move into side plank, hanging onto that toe. Breath in. And if you've got it, release it. Right hand comes down to the earth, high plank. Now drop to your right forearm and your left forearm. You're in a forearm plank. Now plant your right hand on the earth and your left hand on the earth. You're back to high plank. Lower down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. And that's all of it. One more side to go. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Open up your hips, stack your left hip over your right, flipping to wild thing. Keep your right leg straight. Pinky edge of your right foot presses into the floor. Left toes press into the floor. Reaching up and over. And exhale, left hand plants. Left leg goes right back up. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. And chaturanga push up. And send the left leg right back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step through low lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Lift the left heel. Even just the tiniest bit. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two. Keep the heel lifted. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reverse. Right hand wraps around. Keep the heel lifted. Breathe in. And breathe out, back to a T. Drop the heel. Reach forward and let your arms stay lifted while your body's in triangle. Hold that beach ball ahead of you. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your chest into star. Turn your toes out. Squat down into goddess. Squeeze the pencil behind your shoulder blades and lift your heels. Breath in and breath out. Can you keep your left heel off the ground while you straighten out your right foot? Come into low lunge. Set your left heel down, left peace sign fingers, grab left big toe, moving into side plank. Breath in and release. Left hand plants high plank. Lower your left forearm to the earth and your right forearm to the earth. Now plant your left forearm. Plant your right hand back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. We're going to take a little detour before we have a nice long rest. Roll forward to your high plank. Drop down onto your forearm so where you're in a forearm plank. And again, we're going to make this progressive. We're going to hold this for about 20 seconds. Then we're going to add on for about 20 seconds. And then we're gonna make one more progressive move for about 20 more seconds. So it's only a minute. You're almost through your first 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up onto your hands, high plank. We're gonna hold it for about 20 seconds. Keep it strong. Keep your shoulders engaged. Your core is engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds, shoulder taps. Left shoulder taps right, left hand, right shoulder. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Try
Not to let your hips sway from side to side. It really takes engagement. I talked enough. You only have about 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Move into child's pose or flat on your belly or flat on your back. Take an opportunity to rest. We'll stay here for a good couple minutes to let your heart rate come down and gain control of your thoughts. If the position of rest that you chose is one-sided, you need to flip your other ear to the mat or rotate your body. Switch sides now. Otherwise, just hang out for a little bit longer. Just a couple more breaths here. Start to wake up your body. And gently, carefully make your way from wherever you are onto hands and knees back into tabletop position. Move through a few cat-cows. Move through some of those same shapes that you started class with to check in and see how do things feel now compared to how they felt when we started class. Find stillness in tabletop position. Tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog. We're going to take a little detour here in down dog. Walk your feet just in a tiny bit, maybe half of a footprint. This next twist is easier if your down dog is just a little shorter. Reach your right hand back, grab towards your left heel, your left ankle, your left calf, and find a little bit of a twist, gazing underneath your left armpit. Really pull with that right hand if you have the space, sending that elbow back towards the right side of the room. Breath in and exhale, plant your right hand, other side. Left hand grabs back. Left heel, left ankle, left calf. Take a breath in and plant your left hand. Walk your feet all the way forward towards the top of your mat. Find a deep forward fold. Flip your hands over and step on the palms of your hands so that your toes are reaching all the way up to your wrist crease. This is gorilla pose. Release your head down so your ears fall next to your biceps. And if you have the additional space, you can bend your elbows from side to side, even bend your knees so that your chest falls all the way down, pressing against your thighs. Inhale, straighten everything up to the degree that you can. And exhale, fold, bend those elbows out, press your belly against your thighs. Again, inhale, straighten up. And exhale, bend your knees, press against your thighs, elbows out. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, squash all the air out of your lungs with your thighs. Release your hands and gently roll all the way up to standing.
Now our balancing series today is also going to be progressive. So we'll start with something gentle and then move on to something that'll probably be a bit more challenging. So come to standing at the top of your mat, and we'll start with shifting the weight into your right leg. Shift the weight into your right leg. Draw your knee into your chest at a 90. Leave it at a 90, grab in front of that knee. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Now left hand, left knee open out to the side. Your right arm can also open out to the side. I don't quite have enough space, so I'll just keep a cactus arm. So you're opening up, trying to keep your hips square towards the front of the room. So only open up your left leg so far as you can to keep your hips pretty square. Breath in. And exhale, bring that knee back into center. Take your right hand around the front of your left knee, keeping your left knee pointed forward. Reach your right arm back so you're twisting open. This is a piece of cake. You can gaze back at your left thumb, which instantly makes it harder. Take a breath in. Breath out. Draw your left hand back to the front of your knee. So both hands are wrapped around the front of your knee. Take an inhale. Feel yourself grow taller. And as you exhale, round your body. Draw your knee into your chest. And can you touch your knee to your nose? Which is challenging because you lose your gaze towards the front of the room. But see if you can touch your knee to your nose. One more breath in. One more breath out. Keep your knee lifted. Release both hands. Come up. Breath in. And exhale, hands to heart, drop your left leg down. Give it a shake if you need to. We'll do the other side. So take a breath in and take a breath out. Shift your weight into your left leg. Draw your right knee up into your chest at the 90. Breath in and open up your right leg to the side. Left arm reaches out. Breath in. As you breathe out, your right knee comes back to center. Left hand wraps around the front. Reach your right arm back, twisting open. Maybe gaze back at that right thumb and track your gaze here. Don't just whip your head around all at once, but look for a point a little further back towards the right. Fix your eyes on that point. Then work your eyes back a little further. Then work your eyes back a little further. And track your gaze all the way back to that back thumb. Draw your right hand back to center, gaze comes back to center. Both hands wrapped around the front of your knee. Take an inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring your knee up into your chest, past the 90, knee to nose, losing your gaze at the front of the room. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, arms up, keep your knee lifted. And exhale, right foot steps down next to left, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna do that exact same thing with just a little bit of extra. So again, we'll start balancing on our right foot. So balance on your right foot. Breathe in, draw your left knee into center. But this time, if you have the space, you're gonna reach forward and grab the bottom of your foot, even if your knee is bent. It can be bent quite a lot or straight, you choose. Take a breath in. Breath out, you can peace sign fingers your big toe. Open up your leg to the left. Use your right arm as counterbalance. Breath in, breath out, bring that leg back to center. Right hand grabs the pinky edge. Left arm reaches back. Standing twist. Breath in, breath out. Both hands reach down. Grab the bottom of that foot. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, knee to nose. One more breath in. As you breathe out, keep that leg lifted, reach your arms up, and drop your left leg down next to your right. Woo! Shake it out. I had one thigh start to cramp up, so I'm gonna pound it out a little bit. All right, we'll switch to the other side. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhale, your right knee comes into your chest. This time, open up that foot, extend, and we open up to the right. So you can grab peace sign fingers, your big toe, and open up. Breath in, breath out, bring that foot back to center. Left hand grabs the pinky edge, right arm reaches back, twist. And if you really scissor your legs together, you can find a little more twist. And a deeper twist means you're tighter and your center of gravity is smaller and more contained. Makes your balance a little bit easier. Breath in, breath out. Both hands sweep forward. Reach down to grab the bottom of that foot. Breath in and breath out, knee to nose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, right arms reach up, right arm reaches, foot reaches forward, and exhale, right foot plants down. Shake it out. Come all the way down to kneeling. And our first back bend of choice today is going to be camel. So come up to kneeling with your hips stacked right over your knees. And when we move through camel, the important thing is to keep your hips over your knees. As we start to back bend here, if you're finding back bend by leaning back, you're missing the point. Your hips have to stay over your knees. So the bend is coming from your back, not from your quads, holding up your body as you lean back. So hips stacked right over the knees. Bring your hands to heart center. And we'll start with a really gentle version. Theme of class today, start with the gentle version. Hands go on your back as though you're putting them in your back pockets. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, press your hips forward. Start to lean back. You can release your neck if you want to. That's up to you. People all feel differently about releasing their neck. Breath in, breath out, and gently lift yourself all the way up. Hips go back, arms reach out in front of you to a brief child's pose. Wiggle those hips around. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, step back, find your high plank. We're gonna do some plank knee-ins, is what they call them. So from your belly button up, you stay completely frozen. From your belly button down, all you do is draw your knees into your wrists for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and back to high plank. It's the tiniest little movement. Take a breath in, and again, breath out. Knees come to your wrists. Breathe in. High plank. Breath in, and again, knees in. High plank. Take a breath in, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. We're gonna do it again. Roll forward to your high plank. 3 rounds again, just like that. 3 rounds, 3 breaths. Breath in, breath out, knees to wrists. And high plank. Breath in, breath out, knees in. High plank. And knees in. 3 breaths.
High plank and downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Drop your knees down to the mat and we'll move through camel again. So come up to kneeling, hips over knees. This time we can reach back with our hands. This first time through, I'd say tuck your toes. It just lifts your heels up off the ground to get a little more space. You can go to that same first version we did, hands in back pockets. Take a breath in and out. Start to push your hips forward, lean back. If you need more, you can reach one hand down to your heels and bring your other hand to heart center. Or if it feels okay, both hands can reach down to your heels. Again, you choose with your neck. One more breath in. And walk your hands back up to your back pockets. Help as you lift and engage. And lower back down, child's pose. Hands plant underneath your shoulders. Step back to high plank. We're going to do those plank knee-ins. One more time. So take a breath in. Exhale, knees pull to wrists. 3 breaths. And high plank. Exhale, knees to wrists. And high plank. Knees to wrists. Now while you're here, try not to dump all the weight into your wrist crease. Flatten out your palms so some of the weight is being borne in your finger pads and the palms of your hands. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gotta do it one more time. Breath in, breath out. Maybe we'll do it a third time just for fun. Roll forward, high plank. Here's round 2. And exhale, knees to wrists. High plank and knees to wrists. This is where you use your breath. Keep it slow and steady and controlled. High plank. One more, knees to wrists. High plank, downward facing dog. One more breath in, one more breath out. We're gonna do it once more. One more round. We did 2 rounds this last time, 3 this time. Roll forward, high plank. Here we go, knees to wrists. High plank. Ready, knees to wrists. High plank. Last time, knees to wrists. High plank and downward facing dog. Oh, well done. Your knees come down to the mat. This time, release your hands all the way back to your heels, coming into rabbit. With your forehead on the ground, it's just a variation of child's pose. Moving into rabbit, tuck your chin under so the crown of your head is on the earth, and lift up your hips so that your arms are straight, your hands pulling against your heels. The crown of your head is on the earth. The full expression of this pose, your forehead is all the way up against your knees. I am not close to that, but that's the idea. Breath in, breath out. Send your hips all the way back down. Maybe release your arm into a gentle child's pose. Shake it out a little bit. We have one more round of camel. So come up to your knees. Again, option 1, hands in your back pockets. Option 2, tuck your toes, reach for those heels. Option 3, you can untuck your toes and reach for your heels if you have that kind of space. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands come to your back pockets, start to lean back. Decide what you want to do with your hand. And one hand at a time is always an option.
Track your eyes along the ceiling to see if you can find the crown molding or imaginary crown molding where the ceiling meets the wall, and maybe even find the baseboard behind you. Breath in and breath out. Hands come to your back. Lift yourself up and come all the way down to child's pose. Lift up your chest, swing your legs around, come to seated on your back. And we're gonna take a moment for an inversion. Today I'm gonna walk us through shoulder stand into plow. It's been my favorite lately, but if you're working on headstand or handstand, you wanna try something instead. I am not going to stop you. Just get yourself inverted. So your hips over your heart over your head. If you wanna move into shoulder stand with me, start to lift up your hips over your shoulders. Place the backs of your forearms against the ground, hands against your hips. Once you get settled there, don't look around with your neck. Don't look at me. Keep your neck nice and still. Now lift your feet up so your feet come over your hips. A lot of times in shoulder stand, we'll see toes up and over the face. You really want the toes over the hips, which might feel like they're a little bit forward. A few more breaths here. When I'm in shoulder stand, I like to play with what they call Barbie toes. So you have toes pointed and feet flexed. Barbie toes is that something in between where your foot is pointed, but your toes are flexed and spread out. Just like if you ever had a Barbie doll, that's what they looked like. Take one more breath in. Breath out, drop your feet up and overhead, moving into plow pose. You can release your hands down to the ground or keep your fingertips up against your hips. If your toes don't quite reach the ground, that is okay. It's just about the length of your hamstrings. I do not have a prize for you if your toes reach all the way to the ground. If you're close and you can't quite get there, just spread your feet apart a little bit. That will buy you some space. And maybe you just need a little space to get your toes to the ground. Continue to press your hips up so as if they're coming up and over your shoulders. You can bring one foot up at a time, moving from shoulder stand to plow, one leg at a time. From plow, bend your knees really deeply so they're squeezing the sides of your ears. Release your hands if they're clasped. Reach up, maybe grab the pinky edge of your feet and gently roll onto your back. Slowly finding yourself rolling right in to happy baby. Rock yourself from side to side in happy baby. Plant both feet down on the ground in front of your hips. Knees pointed up at the sky. Pick up your right foot. Cross it over just above your knee on your thigh, your left thigh. So you've made this figure 4 shape. You can stay right here just like this, pressing your right knee towards the front of the room. Or you can reach through this figure 4 shape, grabbing onto your left shin or the back of your left thigh. Hang on here. Continue to press that right knee towards the front of the room. Now, whenever I do this in class, in a studio class, it gets confusing. So listen up. Ready? Don't let go of your left foot or left leg. Don't let go, whether you're holding onto your thigh or your shin. Don't let go of your left side. Pick up your right leg, straighten it towards the ceiling, lower it all the way down to the ground.
Draw that left knee in towards your armpit a little bit further. Now take the right hand to the outside of your left leg. Cross your left leg all the way over your body. Right foot stays extended, moving into a reclined twist. This is just like the standing twist we did. You think about it, your right hand on the outside of your left knee, left arm can extend. This is exactly the same. Flex that bottom foot as the standing twist we did earlier. Breath in and gently roll back onto your back. Draw your right knee into your chest and set both feet down on the ground. Left ankle crosses just above the right knee, staying here, or drawing that right knee into your chest, reaching through that figure four, grabbing a shin or the back of the thigh. Continuing to press the left knee toward the front of the room. You can even use your left elbow, or you can use your left hand to press that left knee towards the front of the room. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Don't let go of your right leg. Don't let go. Pick up your left foot, send it up towards the ceiling. Your left foot comes all the way down. Draw your right knee in towards your armpit. Left hand crosses over to the outside of your right leg. Let your leg come all the way across your body. And here we are back in our standing twist, but recline this time. Other side. Breath in. Draw your right knee back into your chest. Draw your left knee into your chest. Wrap both arms around your shins. This is Apanasana. And it's said to be a really detoxifying pose. So as you're laying here, knees drawn into your chest, your back is against the ground. You can lift your forehead up to your knees if you want, or keep it more restorative, keep your head down. But here in Apanasana, imagine, visualize all of the negative energy and the negative junk and the negative juju and the frustrations and the drama from the day or the week or the month or the year leaving your body. Visually imagine it leaving your body, flowing into the floor and away from you. Breath in and exhale. Come to Shavasana. Legs wide, let your toes fall away from one another. I like to press my elbows into the mat and tuck my shoulder blades under so it opens up across my chest and my arms naturally rotate away from my body. Stay here in Shavasana and I'll draw back your attention before we complete class.
Gently start to bring some movement back to your body. Maybe you rolled out your wrists, roll out your ankles. Gently roll onto your favorite side in the fetal position. Cradling your head against your arm, drawing your knees into your chest, feeling supported. And a reminder for our thought for today. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Gently press yourself up to a seated position. Anything that's comfortable. Draw your hands to heart center, pressing your thumbs into your heart. And we'll take 3 collective breaths together. Breath in and out. In, out. Last one, breath in and breath out. The light in me honors and sees the light in each of you. Thank you for being here tonight. Namaste.